far as the authentication application is concerned, that can be achieved by either of the two ways. One is by using the Kerberos. Okay, I have told you the concept of Kerberos, where actually we are using the authentication server along with the authentication server to provide more security. We are using the ticket generating server. Okay, ticket generating server. So that is one additional part we have added with the basic authentication server. So in that case, we are actually implementing the authentication. Okay, so first client is authenticated by the server, and then at the last, server will be authenticated by the client, and then actually the communication will take place between the two, client and the server. So client and server is actually the scenario which is used in the Kerberos, Now, other than if I do not have the client and the server scenario, if I want to send the message, or there has to be a communication between the two users, then in that case we can go with the other one, that is called as X.509 certification. Okay, now what is this certification? This is actually the directory in which we'll be having this certificates. Okay, that is called as the certificates which are mostly used to achieve the authentication. Okay, so I have told you that in this certification, we are using the asymmetrical encryption, in which we are using the public key and the private key. Okay, public key and the private key. So we have seen that whenever you are, if a user is having the public key, because public key is available with all the users, and if I want to send the data to a particular user, that particular user, by using its own private key, will be able to decrypt the message. Okay, so I can say, if the scenario is user A and user B, okay, and if I'm having the two keys, so for encryption of the data, I will be using the public key of A, and to achieve the authentication as well as the confidentiality, then this user B will use its own private key, will use the private key to decrypt that message. So public key I'm using for encryption, and the private key will be used for the decryption. So if that message is intended to be given to user B, then user B with its own private key will be able to decrypt the message. Okay, so this is to achieve the confidentiality and authentication. Okay, because there will be many users, but I am intended to send the message to B only, even though they are having their own private keys, but they won't be able to decrypt, because this key KP and KU is shared amongst the A and B. KP and KU are shared amongst A and B. Okay, so public key of A is used for encryption, and the private key of B will be used for decryption. Okay, will be used for the decryption. So you have CA, that is called as certificate authority, which will maintain all the public key and is the trusted third party. Okay, so certification authority is an authority, or which is a third party trusted authority, which will have all the public keys, because your public keys are available with all the users. Okay, so anyone can encrypt by using the public key, but for decryption, private key, their individual private key is important. Okay, so whenever you encrypt the data, the decryption will take place only where you have to transmit the data. That user will have that KP, and this KU and KP are the pair, or they are shared amongst these two. So that is why this is called as a session key, session between A and B. Okay, so public key and is the trusted third party, and is responsible for sharing the public key. Okay, this CA will not generate the public key, but it will maintain. Why it will maintain the public key? It is the it provides the easy way to access this public key, and for mutual authentication. Okay, so A and B are mutually authenticated. A will be authenticated by B, and then B will be authenticated by A. So that is why, to provide the more easy way to access the public key, to achieve what? To achieve the mutual authentication. So this is called as a mutual authentication. Okay. So this is what we have studied in the X.509 certification. So this is a certification directory. So in that directory, all the certificates will be available, which will have the public key of all the users. Okay. So I have explained you the block diagram. We have seen that how this particular public key and the user identity by using the hash algorithm, we are encrypting it in the hash code, and after the hash code, by using the encryption, okay, by using the public key, we are getting the certificate of by using the CA, we are converting that encrypted one into the encrypted hash code, and that encrypted hash code is appended with the user public key and the user identity, so that it becomes the encrypted hash code, which is a signed certificate. So that last block is the signed one, and the initial block is unsigned because it is not signed by the CA, certification authority. So how do you authorize that particular message? Convert into the hash code and encrypt that hash code, and then convert or append that hash code with the previous message, so that it becomes the signed one. Okay. So that was what we have studied. And the last, we have studied the certificate parameters. There are total 11 parameters. So with version 1, we are covering from 1 to 7. With version 2, we are covering from 1 to 9. And with version 3, we are covering from 1 to 11. Okay. So please go through that. Now, today we'll be talking about digital certificates. Digital certificates and the certificates which are, maintained by the CA, they are the same. Okay, but we are going to see what is the digital certificate and the public key infrastructure. So today we are going to see the two concepts: digital certificate and PKI. PKI stands for public key infrastructure. Public key infrastructure. Okay. Now, digital certificate you are familiar with. Okay. Now again I will revise. I will take the case of the client and the server. If this is the client, and here if I am having the server, okay. Now if this client wants to use the service of the server, now actually the server means the most commonly used server. The main purpose of using the server is to access any website. Okay, and that website server is this server. Okay. Now for example, if I want to access the Google, okay, so you will type www.google.com. now this server of the Google is this. Okay, so this is the server of the Google. Now whenever you are requesting to use the service of this Google server, okay, so in that case you are sending some request. Now with this request, whether you are authenticated client or not, okay, okay, it will have, now this server will have the public key of all the clients. Because the public key is available throughout the clients and the server in the network. Now with the use of database, it is going to see whether you are authenticated client or not. So once you are authenticated, it will give you the access to use the Google. It will give the access of a Google. Now sometimes it may happen, suppose there is a hacker or there is an intruder. Now we do not know whether this hacker or intruder is actually the server or it is someone else. Now if I'm using the hacker or intruder, actually this is what already we have studied. What is this? This is called as repudiation. Repudiation means the hacker is not going to uh, stop the service of the server. Okay, so hacker is going to stop the service of the server, and it is taking the access as a server. It is taking the access of the server. So in that case, this hacker may able to hack the account of the client. It may able to hack the account of the client. We already studied this. This is called as repudiation. This is called as repudiation. Now, if this hacker is able to crack the public key of the client, then this hacker will be able to stop this service, and it will able to work as a hacker. It will be able to act as a server, so that it will be able to hack this client account. Okay, so because of that, along with the public key, we also have to use the digital certificate. We have to also use the digital certificate. So public key along with the digital certificate now plays an important role for authentication. Okay, such type of intrusion may take place. To avoid this intrusion, along with the public key and the digital certificate. Now this digital certificate, you already know, this is issued by the CA, Certification Authority. So once the digital certificate is issued, the digital certificate will be given to every client. It will be given to every client. And this digital certificate is also maintained by the CA, that is a certificate authority. So certificate authority will have the copy of the digital certificate, which is issued to every client. So once it is giving the access to the client, then along with the public key, digital certificate is also attached. Digital certificate is also getting attached. Okay, so this digital certificate, when it is attached, we are providing more security to the data. So we are achieving integrity, we are achieving confidentiality, we are avoiding the repudiation in which the hacker or the intruder may able to hack the account. Okay, so we are able to stop this hacking. We are able to prevent this happening. So it is a preventive measures, so that public key and the digital certificate has to be issued along with the public key. Okay, so this digital certificate is important. So every client will have the digital certificate. Every client will have the digital certificate, which is issued by the CA, and CA will have the copy of this digital certificate of every client in the database. Okay, so that is the concept of digital certificate. So this is one more security which is used to provide the authentication and confidentiality of the data. Okay, so you have to understand that to carry out this digital certification, your CA plays an important role. Okay, your CA, that is a certification authority, plays an important role. And to carry out this, we have the infrastructure, that is a public key infrastructure. Okay, we never talk about the private key, because private key is the whole and sole authority of every client. That private key is never shared with others, but public key is shared. So to carry out this maintaining of the public key as well as the digital certificate, and what all other infrastructures are required to carry out this security, that is called as PKI. So public key infrastructure. So it contains everything. It contains your software part, it contains your hardware part, it contains the encryption of the data, it contains the generation of the digital certificate, issuing of the digital certificate, maintaining the database of every certificate. Okay, so everything combined together is called as an infrastructure. It is called as an infrastructure. So it is the public key infrastructure. Okay, so we will see what are the fields in the digital certificate. जैसे हमने देखा था X.509 certification में we have 11 fields. Similarly, we have digital certificate. To give you the best example, now in this lockdown, you must have done many of the certification courses. Okay, now all the certificates were generated digitally. Okay, and if you see these certificates somewhere, you will see it may be written that it is digitally generated and verified by the issuer authority. So as far as the digital certificates are concerned, the most common issuer authority is VeriSign. VeriSign. So you must have read this somewhere. VeriSign. So this is the reputed authority which will issue the digital certificate. आपने कहीं तो भी ये देखा होगा और कहीं तो भी ऐसा लिखा होगा और ऐसा कुछ तो भी होगा, टिक मार्क. Okay. So what most of the digital certificates which are generated, they are verified and generated by the issuer authority, that is VeriSign. Okay. The other one is Entrust. Other one is Entrust. The other one is Entrust. So these are the most popular certification authorities which will issue you the certificate, digital certificate. So whatever the digital certificates which are generated, mostly they are verified by the VeriSign. Okay. So this is a CA, certificate authority. This is a CA. Okay. So you can write down some of the points. Write down the heading as digital certificate and PKI, and write down digital certificate and PKI. Write down. First, write down about the digital certificate. Digital certificate is a small file. Digital certificate is a small file on computer or electronic device. Digital certificate is a small file on computer or electronic device which establishes the relation between a user and the public key. Which establishes the relation between a user and the public key. इसलिए जब हम X.509 देख रहे थे तो पहला जो ब्लॉक था वो क्या था, यूजर पब्लिक की प्लस यूजर आईडी, यूजर पब्लिक की एंड द यूजर आईडी. सो it establishes the relation between a user and the public key. User and the public key. Full stop. It must be issued by the trusted entity. It must be issued by the trusted entity. It must be issued by the trusted entity. Then write down the sample of the digital certificate. Sample of the digital certificate. So we'll see the sample, what it contains. Sample of digital certificate. Sample of the digital certificate. It consists of, write down number 1, username, public key. Yes. So every client will give its public key. Every client will give its public key. So your public key may be something like this: $22 #123. So anything which is a public key. Okay. So I've given an example. So username will be something ABC. Okay. So public key is already mentioned in the digital certificate. Okay, जो मैंने लिखा था ना, your public key along with the digital certificate. So actually your digital certificate contains the public of all the clients, because this has to be localized to every client in the network. Okay. So third one is serial number. So you are familiar with the serial number. Every certification authority will give the serial number for every digital certificate. Okay. आपको भी जो कुछ digital certificate, see, I am just giving an example, the certificate which you might have got digitally. Okay. नीचे में लिखा रहेगा, छोटे छोटे अक्षर में लिखा रहेगा, this is digitally generated by VeriSign. उसको टिक मार किया होगा और सीरियल नंबर कहीं तो भी नीचे दिया होगा. So it means that every digital sign is unique, and every digital signature is given with the serial number. That is the main. Okay. So always remember that your PKI, that is the public key infrastructure, is doing all this activity. It is having the infrastructure. So under the infrastructure we will see what things are there. Okay, जब हम infrastructure देखेंगे, PKI देखेंगे, that time you will be able to understand what are the different commodities which are playing an important role to carry out this activity. Okay, so serial number रहता है. Fourth रहता है Other information. So other information you can give. For example, I can give my email ID. Other information may have email ID. The fifth one is valid from. This is also मैंने बताया था valid from और रहता है valid to. कब से कब तक valid है. This is as like your driving license. यहाँ से लेके यहाँ तक valid है. Okay, so that is valid from to valid to. Valid from to valid to. Okay, that has to be mentioned in the certificate. And मैंने पहले बताया था whenever the certificate gets expired, before that it has to be reviewed, okay, or renewed. ये 5 हो गया. 6th वाला जो रहता है सबसे important जो रहता है that is issuer name. Issuer name. तो issuer का name पे जैसे मैंने 2 बताया था, एक रहता है वेरी साइन या फिर एंट्रस्ट. So these are the 2 reputed issuer authorities which are issuing the digital signature. Okay, VeriSign या फिर Entrust. So this is a sample of a digital certificate. These everything is mentioned in the digital certificate. Okay. Now I hope everyone has written this. Shall I rub? Shall I rub this? Any one of you please respond.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now it happened that sometimes the hacker or the intruder may be able to hack the digital certificate also. Now in that case, what happens? In that case, what happens? Okay, in that case, your certification authority will revoke that digital certificate. What do you mean by revoking of the digital certificate? It will remove that digital certificate from its database and will ask the client to make new digital certificate, or the new digital certificate will be made. Okay, if sometimes the compromise is there with the hacker, then that digital certificate is revoked. Then that digital certificate is revoked. Okay, so in the 2 conditions, the digital certificates are revoked. In one condition, if the security is compromised, sometimes the hacker or the intruder may hack that particular digital certificate. So in that case, the digital certificate is revoked. And in the second case, when it is revoked, when your digital certificate is expired, जब वो expired हो जाता है without before renewing, okay, then that digital certificate is revoked. Okay, okay, that is removed from the database. Okay, so this is happening automatically. This is all because of the infrastructure, PKI infrastructure. Okay, so we'll move to the next part. Now write down the PKI. Write down the PKI, that is the public key infrastructure. Public key infrastructure. Now these are all the short note questions can be asked. Okay, so you should know what is digital certificate. You should know what is the X.509 certification. Okay, you should know what is the public key infrastructure and what are the different parameters or the commodities which are playing an important role in this PKI. Okay, so write down the public key infrastructure and write down PKI is the set of hardware. Now each and every word is important to understand the concept of PKI. Okay, so PKI is the set of hardware, comma, software, comma, people, hardware, software, comma, people, comma, policies, and procedures which are required to create. I am again saying each and every word is important, so try to understand while writing down. Which are required to create, comma, manage, comma, store, store, comma, distribute and revoke, जो मैंने बताया था revoke and revoke digital certificate based on asymmetric cryptography. There is no question of using symmetrical cryptography. It is without any doubt, it is by using the asymmetric encryption, because you know that in this asymmetric encryption we are using the public key and the private key. Okay, so no doubt we are using asymmetric encryption or asymmetric encryption cryptography. Okay, so what is the definition of PKI? It is a set of hardware. Now what different hardwares are we are using to carry out this? What to carry out? To create, to manage, to store, to distribute and to revoke. ये 5 काम है. कैसे डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट बनाते हैं, उसको कैसे मैनेज करते हैं, उसको कैसे स्टोर करते हैं डेटाबेस में, उसको कैसे डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते हैं अमंग्स द क्लाइंट, और उसको कैसे रिवोक करते हैं, किसको? डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट्स को. ओके, सो टू कैरी आउट दिस वी रिक्वायर हार्डवेयर, we require software, we require people is nothing but the users, we require the policies are important, the policies, the governing body who are making the rules and regulations, how this can be used. See, let me tell you one thing, this last module 6.3 is basically the part of cyber security. अगर हम देखते हैं ना, this PKI, authentication, X.509, okay, so everything is a part, is associated with the cyber security. Okay, cyber security. So we have all the governing bodies, we are having the policy setters. Okay, so can I say these are the stakeholders for this PKI? So if I ask you who are the stakeholders, so you should say the stakeholders are the users, the clients, the policymakers. Okay, the policymakers. Then it is the procedures and the guidelines given by the authorities. Okay, who is issuing the digital certificates? That is your certification authority. Okay, like VeriSign and Entrust. These are the authorities who are the policymakers. Along with this, the shareholders are your hardware and software. Okay, ये होने के बाद भी आपको हार्डवेयर लगने वाला है और आपको सॉफ्टवेयर लगने वाला है. तो सॉफ्टवेयर इज नॉट योर एप्लीकेशन, जहाँ पे आपके एप्लीकेशंस रन होते हैं. टू अवॉइड दिस पर्टिकुलर penetration of this hackers or intrusion of the people unauthorized. Okay, so for that we require the software as well as hardware. Okay, so I can say all these stakeholders constitutes the infrastructure. Okay, all these stakeholders or the stakeholders will constitute the infrastructure. Okay, so हमेशा याद रखना है PKI, that is public key infrastructure, is the set of hardware, software, people, policies and procedures needs to create, manage, store, distribute and revoke digital certificate based on asymmetric encryption, cryptography. Okay, the last word is important, based on asymmetric encryption cryptography. Okay, where? Because you are using public key and private key, and it is all associated with the public key. क्योंकि public key सबके पास होती है, लेकिन public key along with the digital certificate is important. और digital certificate कौन देता है? CA देता है. हैकर को digital certificate नहीं मिलता है. So every client has to submit their credentials. जैसे मैंने sample में बताया था, sample में user name, other information. Okay, so everything is given to the CA so that CA will issue you the certificate, so that you becomes an authenticate user. You becomes an authenticate user. So everyone has to submit the certificate, and the CA will also maintain the copy of that in its own database. That is the meaning. Okay, so आपने ये लिखा, write down further. Actually, write down full stop. Actually, PKI is the standard for digital certificates. actually it is the standard for digital certificate. So digital certificate and PK are associated with each other. हमें इसलिए मैंने ये हेडिंग के अंदर लिखा है डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट एंड PKR. तो आपने क्या लिखा? एक्चुअली इट इज अ स्टैंडर्ड फॉर डिजिटल सर्टिफिकेट, फुल स्टॉप, mostly, right on, mostly PKI includes, mostly PKI includes, write down, PKI includes, number one, message digest, number two, digital signature, number three, encryption services. आपने क्या लिखा? मोस्टली पीकेआई इंक्लूड्स मैसेज डाइजेस्ट, डिजिटल सिग्नेचर्स एंड एन्क्रिप्शन सर्विसेज. Now message digest is nothing but converting your plain text into the ciphertext. Okay, converting your plain text into the ciphertext, that is called as a message digest. So you put up the message and output you will get the ciphertext. So your PKI includes the message digest, that is to get the ciphertext. Digital signature is nothing but using the encryption by using the private key, so that we get the digital signature. And the encryption services. So encryption services, that may be by that is by using the different encryption methods, by using the different encryption methods. So message digest, digital signature and encryption services are mostly included in the PKI. Okay, जो भी कुछ PKI में काम होता है वो यही होता है, मैसेज को डाइजेस्ट करना, दैट इज कन्वर्ट इनटू साइफर टेक्स्ट, उसका डिजिटल सिग्नेचर जनरेट करना, डिजिटल सिग्नेचर बनाना, then encrypt that particular message and transmit that message, okay, to provide with the full security. Okay, so these are the three. Now what is actually happening if I use the digital message digest? In this digital message digest, I am achieving integrity. You can write down this: integrity and confidentiality. By using the message digest, I am achieving integrity and confidentiality. By using the digital signature, what I am achieving? I am achieving authentication and non-repudiation. I am achieving authentication and non-repudiation by using the digital signature. And by using the encryption services, I am achieving confidentiality. So my ultimate goal is to achieve all this. And how they are achieved? By using all these three. So this is also included into the PKI. Integrity and confidentiality achieve करना है तो message digest. Authentication and non-repudiation achieve करना है तो digital signature. See here, digital signature is important. Okay, digital signature. So no one will, no hacker or intrusion will be able to crack because you have a digital signature. Okay, and confidentiality is achieved by using the encryption service. Okay, encryption, that is again a symmetrical one. जिसको भेजना है उसी को जाना चाहिए, किसी और ने उसको हैक नहीं करना चाहिए, और no one should be able to divert that message to its own path. Okay, जिसको चाहिए, because the authorized person should be only able to receive the message. So that is called as confidentiality. Okay, so these are the three important components in the PKI. Okay, यानी functionally हमको ये तीन चाहिए, और स्टेक होल्डर्स मैंने बताया था आपको. ओके, आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड अबाउट द स्टेक होल्डर्स. राइट ऑन, नोट में लिखो, नोट में. write down in the note, all of you write down in the note, to enable all the services, digital certificates are required. To enable all the services, digital certificates are required. So therefore, every client should have the digital certificate. Okay, to use all the services, digital certificates are mandatory. तो आपने क्या लिखा? To enable all the services, digital certificates are required. Okay, so this is all about the PKI. Now we will see some of the components of PKI. We will see the components of PKI. So for that, I need to share the screen so that you will be able to see. This is taken from William Stanley book, ebook. So you will be also having the copy of that. So I will just share that under the components of PKI. So just see this. Now sometimes this question is also asked, what are the components of PKI? Otherwise, if the question is asked about the short note of PKI, you just elaborate what is PKI, write down the different components, write down what are included in the PKI. Also mention the components of PKI with the block diagram. So for that, you have a block diagram. I will just show you. Are you able to see my screen? Are you able
Yes,
to?
sir.
Okay. Now see here, what is PKI? A set. See here, what is the PKI? A set of policies, processes, server platforms, software and workstations. अभी इसको मैंने simplified करके आपको लिख के दिया definition. Used for the purpose of administrating certificates and public-private key pairs. Public-private key pairs is important. Okay, public-private key pairs. So mostly we are dealing with the public key only. Private key is associated with the, it is a sole responsibility it is a sole property of every client. So we are not sharing the private key, but we are sharing the public key, including the ability to issue, maintain, revoke public key certificate. So this public key certificate is nothing but your digital certificate. Okay. So this is just a definition to make you understand. Then we will see. Yes. Public key infrastructure. We are going to see this. Yes. This is a diagram. This is a diagram. Okay. So this is called as PKI-X architecture module. If the question is asked in the architecture module, you should be able to know this. Okay. You should be able to know this. An entity, registration authority, certificate authority, CRL issuer. Okay. So here everything is explained in this. What do you mean by registration? What do you mean by initialization? What do you mean by certification? What is a K-pair recovery? Okay. And the components are explained here. What is an entity? What is certification authority given by CA? What is registration authority given by RA? What is CRL issuer? What is repository? Okay, what is repository? So just I will give you briefly understanding about this block diagram. Whatever the certificates are maintained, that is maintained in the certificate CRL repository. From here only the copy the copies are maintained of all the users. Okay, so can you see a registration, initialization, certification, key pair recovery, key pair update, and revocation request? Everything is done by the certificate authority. By the who is giving this certificate authority? These are the authorities which are issuing the digital certificates. Okay, and actually who is your end entity? See here what is written here. The generic term used to denote the end users. So I can say all the users, all the clients. Example, servers, routers, access points, everything, or any other entity that can be identified in the subject field of a public key certificate. N entities typically consume and or support PKI related services. And the entities which are using or consuming the support of PKI, they will be under the N entity. So for easy understanding, you can consider all the users will be the N entity. Okay, so ये सब काम होना, registration होना उनका, उनका इनिशियलाइजेशन होना, उनको सर्टिफिकेट मिलना, की पेयर का रिकवरी. समटाइम्स द entity may not know have may not have the public key, so the recovery can be done by the certificate authority. Okay, then की पेयर अपडेट करना, रिवोकेशन रिक्वेस्ट करना, ये सब सर्टिफिकेट अथॉरिटी का काम है. So this is actually the architectural model. Okay, then CRL issuer होता है, then it is the public, that it becomes the publication. Publication का मतलब होता है every user will have the public key, every user will have others public key, that is a digital certificate along with the public key, and that is given in the repository mein it is actually stored. So certificates and CRL repository is the storage where all the certificates are stored. Okay, now sometimes the your database will have the certificate, so it is cross based certification is done here, cross certification is done here. Okay, and certificate का publication होने के पहले it is given to the registration authority. Here what is the meaning of registration authority? An optional component, it is optional, otherwise certificate authority ही publish करता है, but this is an optional component. which is optional component? Registration authority. Okay, तो वो क्या करता है? That can assume a number of administrative functions from the CA. The RE is often associated with the end entity registration process, but can assist in a number of other areas as well. So whatever the work is assigned to the certificate authority, that work load is minimized if some other work is assigned to the registration authority. So it is an optional component, but it is mentioned in the architectural block diagram. Okay, in the model. So you have to remember this. Okay, this is important. So this is available in the ebook in the William Stanley. You please go through this. Okay, see what is this repository? A generic term used to denote any method for storing certificates and CRL so that they can be retrieved by an entity. तो हमको कभी भी उनको अगर देना है तो we can retrieve from this repository. So that is the meaning. Okay, so please go through this. Questions are asked about the public key infrastructure. You should be able to know this. Okay, now before I move further, I have a small clip to show you about this PKI. Okay, just go through this video. आवाज आ रही है? आवाज आ रही है आपको?
नहीं सर.
Okay, wait. आपको आवाज आ रही थी अभी वीडियो की?
नो सर.
नहीं.
Okay, wait. अभी आवाज आ रही है?
नो सर.
क्या आवाज आ रही है?
No, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. Okay, I will do one thing. I will share this one so that you can able to see. This is a small clip, video clip. This will actually जो अभी हमने जो पढ़ा है, everything is mentioned in this. Okay, so I will share this. Okay, with this we have ended with this PKI. Now we will be seeing the third module, that is audio and video compression. Okay, more 5 minutes are left. Just I will give you an overview understanding of video compression. Okay, so before I go with this video compression, now we have completed, but actually we have seen the 6.1 and 6.3 we have completed. Till we have to complete 6.2. But as far as your syllabus for test 2 is concerned, now I have completed each and everything. Okay, provided you do the homework which I have already given you. Okay, with this we will be moving to the next module. But before that, going to the next module, I need to just show you what are the video compression methods. Okay, otherwise I can do one thing. I will complete in 6.2, that is web security. Okay, then we will move to understand about the video and audio compression. Okay, I think I will try to complete this with 3 lectures. If it is not possible, I will share my lecture videos. Okay, so I think we will stop here and we will see in the next lecture. Okay, so this thing I will take after I complete my web security, that is 6.2 module is left, then we'll come back. Yes, anyone has any questions, any doubt, you can ask. Priyanka ma'am, attendance घेतलं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
घेतली.
Okay, ठीक है. Yes, anyone has any question, any doubt related with the test 2, the syllabus, any topic? Because I'll be trying to complete the syllabus. अभी एक ही मॉड्यूल बाकी है, ऑडियो एंड वीडियो कंप्रेशन. ओके, तो वो भी मैं कोशिश करता हूँ 2 लेक्चर में या 3 लेक्चर में कंप्लीट करने का, because I'm not getting the lecture on 27th, that is on Friday. Even though I do not have lecture on 27th, but now I have Wednesday, Thursday. More 2 lectures are left. I think I will see if it is possible to complete. I will try to cover. Otherwise, I will give you the recordings of my lecture. Yes, any questions, any queries?
No, sir.
Okay. So please try to complete the syllabus, the portions which I have asked you to do as a homework. I will be giving you some questions as an assignment, so that in that also you will be covering the topics for your test 2. Okay. So we will stop here and we'll see you in the next session. Thank you.